And then I realised, of course it is. It's Leo moon. Although, my God, it doesn't feel like a Leo moon to me. Like, the energy right now feels like a fucking Pisces moon times 10, or a Scorpio moon. Scorpio moon would make a lot of sense because that's the next new moon in a week. So, And remember, I always channel the energies in advance, whether I like or not. Like, I've just went through 4 weeks of hell. I was in Scorpio. Oh shit, I can't even. I wouldn't use my other phone. I can't see because I've got a thing holding up the phone. I can't see the comments, but I can see that Charlotte commented, I think. So if you hang on a wee minute, I'm not planning on being here ages, but famous last words, but yeah, I just had a strong feeling to come on. It's, yeah, just for quite a few reasons. One of the funny reasons is, if somebody could remind me if you're still here, oh yeah, so see, I was right, because here's, so hi Charlotte, hi Nathan, how are you doing? Because basically, I don't know why I'm here, but I suspect very much, at least somebody. Sorry, sorry for all that noise. It's obviously it's fireworks night and folk are out having fun, and quite right. So we'll just deal with it. But yeah, heavy energy today. Like really, like I've basically had enough of it. I was in a really good mood. Like, well, I basically just, yeah. After the way I've been feeling for the past month, anything would have felt better. So that's basically where I was at. So that's what I'm saying is, and when I kept asking my guides, when I was like, just not really wanting to do much of anything, what is this about? And it basically is to, long and short of it, is to do with energy shifts with the new earth and the old earth. And it's like, for me, it's so that you can see the difference. Like, I really do feel like, and I've been saying this for ages, but like, just notice, remember when I talk about myself, if you're new, I'm channeling, and like I said, I did, like, I'm fucking, I don't know why I'm shocked, because I remember I used to only really like going live in a Leo moon, which is, remember, that's only 2.5 days, like once a month, so I had to talk myself out of that. But it is when it's where my work is really, to me. Do you know what I mean? Because I've got my, and by the way, when I start talking about my astrology, sorry if you've heard this a million times, but sorry. It's just they're getting me to show you how real astrology is. Like, it doesn't matter if I've not really felt like doing this, or it's the weekend and I don't work weekends, and all that shit doesn't really matter when you do this kind of work. It's like, it's interesting though, because I have got boundaries and I'm strong in them, but this is why I know, like, somebody must really need this, and it's not a coincidence. It's like, I've not felt like, not only have I not felt like doing this work a lot, I've also not felt like watching like videos, or people that I enjoy, like similarly, like what you come and watch me, and it's, but when I have, it's like somebody just sort of pops up right when I need it. And I know that I'm that person for a lot of people. So like I said, I feel like I'm here for that reason. And I've got the sage burning, it's went out, we need to light it again. And the candle's burning. Now this candle, I lit the candle earlier for when I done a reading. Well, it's an energy, it's an energy healing and reading. And it's pretty late. Like, I'll publish it after I come off of this, because I just watched it back again, and it's funny because I mentioned this feeling of victim mode and helpless and hopeless kind of energy in there, right? And it's because Saturn just went direct. So Saturn is, sorry, I'll read what you are saying in a minute. I just need to get, what it's like, I need to get this out, because like I said, today's really not been a very good day for me. And I don't mean me as in me, Claire. I mean like me as in the part of me, whoa, look at that sage. I'm going to leave that, go crazy. Me as in the part that feels everybody's fucking everything. it's like, and it's because it's Scorpio season. Like, it's going to be like this for me for the foreseeable, for like right up until the end of Scorpio season, which is the 21st, the 22nd is Sagittarius season. So I'm here for it. We'll just have to fucking dive deep down into it. And that one that I just done earlier, it was funny for a few reasons. I'm going to trial doing not the membership yet, but I'm going to do like an extended, but it's not an extended in the way everyone else does it, because you know me. Hello, Michelle. I've seen that. Right, I'm going to read what I've not seen the other people saying yet. But this is what I mean. This is already confirmation. There's 4 people watching. There's 4 people watching. There's 1 like. Get those likes up, please, guys. Again, I have to start saying shit like that other people do, because again, we're only what? We're 643 right now. I swear to God, I feel, it just feels, okay, I'm being so Leo Moon right now, but it's fine, we'll go it. It feels like I've been shadow banned, because like it's sat at that for quite a while now. And okay, I think we were at 642, and then it moved like 2 people or something after I said it. But I said that about a week ago or something, and it's stayed the same, and it's just I'm in detective mode, and there's just, this platform is what I'm going to say is really shady. Like, if you look at the community tab, again, you might think it's quite boring, and it is kind of quite Virgo stuff that is very, actually, I tell you what, it's quite funny. It's very Virgo stuff that I'm going on about right now, because it's noticing the details, and it's what's right and wrong, basically. And it's pernickety, it's critical, right? But it's also about healing and helping. And Venus, the planet of love, but it's what you value. Like Venus being in Virgo, it makes us all extra critical about these things. But think about it, it'd be good if you needed that for a job or something. And actually, this is my job. So it's weird and wonderful. And then we've got the moon going into Virgo the next couple of days as well. So, like, I really do feel that, it's a really strong opportunity to home in on the details of something, or just extra, to use your extra discernment. But it is just, yeah, just this absolute fuckery with this platform's doing my absolute tits in. It's like, so I don't know if you know what I mean when I say the watched hours, but you have to get to, it's either I think it's 3,000 or 4,000 watched hours, right, to be able to be monetized, which seems like the forever climb anyway. So I never fucking bother about that. Do you know what I mean? It's like you can't do this shit if you're bothered about that. But it's good to have a goal that you can see going up or down. But every day, it's like it's either up a few hundred. I'm like, oh, and then I look at it and it's like down 300, which doesn't make sense. Like there's literally no way for that to make sense. Like it's just they're making up bullshit. It's just so that it's like you're forever not reaching it. Also, that live that I done on Tuesday, right? It's stuck at 80 views, which is actually, that's above my average. Because like I said, I always say it's like, it seems to be a weird number. It always used to be about 36 people. I'm like, who are these 36 people that always tune in? The 36 twin flames out there. But it's kind of like, now it's, the average has moved up a wee bit. It seems like, I would say, well, I don't know, it seems more like 46 or something. I'm just like generally, right? I'm not good at I'm good at numbers in a different kind of way. I'm not good at math, so don't hold me to any of this. But that one's at 80 views for some reason, right? So it could have just been the time that I went live was good for people finding it or whatever. But I even think that's lying. For something tells me, I think that that's more. I think there's more views on that. And I think it's lying when it's saying 80. So it'd just be interesting if other people, if we do a bit of detective work, if you're up for helping me here, if you could even just sort of hop on and off and see how many views it's telling you. See how many views it's telling you and how many likes on that one from, when was it? Was it Monday or Tuesday I done it? It was Tuesday. It would just be interesting because none of it adds up with what my actual, whatever it is, view count is on the channel, which actually soars. Like, I don't check that all the time, but when I do, like I couldn't be arsed. I couldn't be arsed sharing the screenshot because I thought this is the stuff that excites me. It's probably going to bore other people. But when I couldn't sleep a couple of nights ago, I actually caught the views, and it was at mirrored numbers. So it must have been. Wait a minute. This is when my this is when my maths won't serve me. No, it must have been 118, and then it was 811 the other way. And I thought, what are the fucking chances that I would like get drawn to look at that when it was like that, when it's a twin flame channel and that's like the mirror's numbering? It was just, And I think I just decided not to share it because it felt like it was just for me to see it kind of thing because it's changing. But anyway, I'm just in that kind of mood of like, aye, something's, it's like this kind of, something's an illusion. There's like lies, deception. The one that I done earlier, the card that was on the floor was secrets and deception. And so I picked it up and I included it in the video that I done. And like I said, I'll publish that afterwards. But it was a bit kind of just that, victim mentality. I kind of ended it, but I just put a comment on the video by saying it feels like it's about you're either looking for the hope or the opportunities or you're looking for the despair. So this is what I mean about new earth, old earth. Just look for where you're doing that within yourself, within any area of your life. And you might be wondering what's the phone staring at. That's my jammy top that says you've got this. It's just got you've got this written over and over and over again. And I was just guided to put that there last minute, otherwise you would have been staring at a heater and it's, I thought it was a better background than just staring at the heater. But yeah, it's just a bit of a weird, very, very weird energy about just now. And I do it, like I said, I feel it is to do with Saturn going direct. I said this in the video earlier, but I'm going to say it again and then I'm going to chat to these for a bit. It feels very much like you could be feeling like literally, like I think it was Friday I said that, like I felt this energy of just forward movement. Like I felt like I was already in the energy of Saturn going direct. It's like, because anything that's been an issue, or if there's been arguments or mix-ups or miscommunication or anything like that with anyone in your life, twin flame or otherwise, if it's been from about March, things could actually start. Oh my God, I think I was saying that at 11:44. Things could start to slowly sort of resolve themselves. But remember, Pisces is still, the shadow side of Pisces is still confusion and illusion. But it is magic and miracles. This is how I'm working that out. That it's feeling like you could either expect a miracle, or you could be hopeless about something and falling into despair. So yeah, basically. So right, I think that's all I want to say just now. But what I want to do before I forget is what actually inspired me to jump on here, and I'm going to read the comments in a minute. Is, like I said, the video you'll see when I publish it. I said, like, look, I'm going to do an extended, but it's going to be an extended healing for anyone that resonates with this, right? But what made me laugh is the last card, and what I felt it needed to be about was healing people's pride and ego. Well, I put in the comments, but is that not fucking banter? As if anybody's going to go for the first extended like thing that you need to pay for when it's about healing your pride. Like, you'd have to literally put your fucking pride aside to get the healing. So if somebody needed healing for that, that would be an issue. But even if you didn't need healing for it, you know what I'm saying? We've all got pride and ego, and it's just that is the issue I see mostly, is people needing help and never asking for it, whether it's a fucking free card or definitely the paid stuff. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not just talking about me, just across the board. People just in general don't like to ask for help because it involves admitting you need help, and nobody really likes doing it. Do you know what I mean? Some of us are better than others, and it really just depends on what fucking day it is, isn't it? But most of the time it's all about like, I can do it myself, I can do it myself. This reminds me, I get a visual of like a wee kid putting their jacket on, like, fuck off, mum. Okay, maybe they wouldn't say that. Maybe somebody's kid would say that, but it's like, can do it myself. Let me fucking put it on myself. It's like, right, okay, clearly there's some inner child healing going on that needs to happen here. Okay, so let's just get into this, right? I'm going to read what you're saying, but just please don't let me forget that, however long I'm here for, and I just want to be here for, I don't know, maybe half an hour tops, but whatever, fucking fast forward 2 hours later, I'm still sitting here. I want this is going to be the healing. So I put that in the comments of the video, that it's like, scrap that one being a page, right? It'll just be the one I do tomorrow or whatever, or Tuesday, that's going to need to be the extended. But I'm just going to do a healing for pride and ego right now. So I'm just going to do a wee quick one. I don't want this to be ages, but I'm going to pull a card to see what it is that needs healing. But I've already done that in another video, but I just want to see if something else comes up, because if we get any ones like storm warning or deceit or anything like that, the juicy ones, attachment, I just looked at 1444, so I feel that's definitely going to be about a karmic attachment to someone on the twin flame journey, which again could be literally one of any of, it could literally be any of us. So it's fucking all of us actually. And then I'll pull a card to see how the energy shifted with whatever I do. I've got the rattle here in that. We've got the sage. Oh, the sages went out again. So let's just see what comes through. But it just feels needed. And like I said, I do feel I'm popping up here because the video that I done earlier, amongst all the stuff I already mentioned, it was about service work. I was drawing a card that said service, and I was drawing something else that said about being of service. And with my soul, my Aries sun in the house of service, I'm about that for my personal journey, but I'm also about helping other people work out how they're meant to be of service. And I'm grateful when I get guided to people when I'm feeling like shit, basically, to put it bluntly. And so I'll do my bit by showing up here, and hopefully I can lift the energy for people around here. Right, okay, now I can see what you are saying. So we'll just let that sage go crazy, and I'm sending you. So this is already the healing. Do you know what I mean? If you think about it, I'm sending healing whenever I'm on. So I'm sending out the healing. Whether you need it for pride or ego or whatever the fuck you need it for, I'm sending you the healing. Right, okay, let's see what you are saying. So, and let's send out, I'm sending out a telepathic call. Anybody else that is out there that needs the healing, soul family. Don't want to wake you up if you're sleeping. It is late here in the UK. It's 20, oh my god, it's 20 to 1. So that's not late for me. I don't know about you, but like the average bedtime, well, it was being about 4 or 5 in the morning for like the whole month, and I've managed to get it down to like, well, actually, I've managed to get it down to going to bed about. Sometimes I've been in my bed, like yeah, sometimes I've been going to my bed about midnight or something, but I never end up falling asleep till 2. But yeah, it's just totally fucked. I can tell this is going to be one of these nights where I'm up really late. So, um, yeah, right. Okay, so I only saw you pop up while I'm trying to write an email to school. Ah, so you're a nighthawk as well. But yeah, so we're sending that call out to anyone that might need a bit of, just a bit of company, a bit of healing, and yeah. Okay, so, and I don't know why I'm saying this, but it's probably because Scorpio's so secretive. I feel the need to say, remember, I can't see who's watching, so sometimes I think people are paranoid about that. I can feel who's watching, whether it's live or replay, and it's definitely not always people that like me. Put it that way. Right, okay, so not had the best weekend. Felt a shell of myself yesterday after an ex was emotionally abusive. Oh no, Charlotte, you might be one of the reasons why I've been crying on and off all day. And again, I'm not saying it's just you. You're not alone. Like, because I can tell when it's me feeling something and when it's other people. And I just felt a whole load of people like that. Because, like I said, I've just been in that, and the reasons why I was in it are gone. Basically, it was a fucking horrible karmic lesson in myself to not be a fucking asshole to myself. Anyway, moving on, moving on. Right, okay, so, but I mean, actually, not moving on. See, because that's my shadow that wanted to move on when I looked at 18.4, and remember, my birthday is 18.4, so that's how I know that they're telling me stay with it, because this is what I would get somebody else to do in a session. That it's the it's about how we can beat ourselves up in our own heads, like give ourselves too much of a hard time. But I think I have been channeling about this on and off. Yeah, it feels like maybe I think I've done this on the last video that I've done. But it is about, that comes from somewhere. It comes from society, or it comes from people around us, and then it becomes your own voice unless you actually actively, consciously do something about your subconscious. Confusing, isn't it? It's like, I'm fucking trained in all this shit, man. I have to remind myself of the fucking time. It's that bloody. It's really that, that whatever you're telling yourself all the time does become your reality. So, create the vision you want rather than the vision you don't want. Oh my god, and that was what I titled the shorts for today. Create your vision. And it's also what one of my packages is called, by the way. And that is not clever marketing by me. That is my guides, because we all know that ain't really my thing. I know what my strong points are, and it's just showing up, basically. And it's the work that I do with people. But it's but yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that, Charlotte. Feeling more centered today, but having to speak up and push back the kids against school. Did you watch all of the soul retrieval that I done on Tuesday? Because if not, make sure that you do catch all of it, because I think you came in the middle of it, because I think that'll really support you with that. But I'm really sorry to hear that, because that sounds horrible. And you're not alone. From what I've heard from other people, similar kind of feelings, like emotionally abusive, karmic people around you. Right, okay, so, oh my god, hi, right, are you going live on, so why Tuesday? Do you mean, Nathan, do you mean because that's when I do the free cards? Because or do you, basically, what do you mean? Do you mean when I go live on the Tuesday and I do the free messages, or do you mean when I go live, when I was going live, like middle of my day, like 1 o'clock? Because I don't know the answer to either, basically. I'm joking. I think I will be going live on probably both. Basically, I'm just going to see how I feel, because I wanted to be. Like I planned to be back to doing the daily live streams on Halloween, but it just didn't pan out that way. I really didn't fucking feel like it. But I loved what I'd done, because like I said, I watched that back for myself, and that really, really helped me. I was fucking amazed actually at how much better my energy felt. And remember, it takes 3 weeks for that energy to really settle in. So, and a couple other people had said they'd felt it as well. Right, all as well, just navigating the craziness. Yep. So appreciate you, CMC. Yes, I'm eating chocolate. Oh, don't tell me that. I want chocolate. I fucking ate all the chocolate the other day. I had a Terry's chocolate orange, and then I had a dark Terry's chocolate orange. It wasn't all in the one night, but I think it was back to back. Like one night I had one, and the next night I had the other. And that was me who had actually given up sugar. And I was like, fuck it, I need the sugar. I'm in my shadow. Give me it. And that's just, that's just how it happens. And then it was funny. And then I'd go out of my system and I'm back to, well, okay, not tonight, because I actually really, I want chocolate, but it's fine. I'll just pull through. Had lots of tears yesterday. Watched Shawshank Redemption. Oh my god, that's not going to fucking help. I used to say that was my favourite film, but it's not anymore, because I really can't be arsed watching it. It's just too sad and depressing and too long. So, but it's a great film. And I was about to quote it, but I can't think of what it's. Oh, mind you, that is about hope as well. I hope, I hope, I hope. And I can't remember anything else. But that's quite synchronistic with the video from earlier, which you have not seen yet because I've not published it. And finished this morning, Get Busy Living or Get Busy Dying, exactly. And that's very synchronistic with the video I done earlier too, because it's like, you can either see the hope and the opportunity, or you can just think everything's falling to shit. Reminding myself I'm not caged. I love that wording, Charlotte, and that's completely the collective vibe, I would say, but it'd be interesting if other people are feeling similar. Okay, we'll take some time to watch Tuesday's Soul Retrieval. Thank you. You're very welcome. Definitely do, because I think you came in. I know it is 2 hours and that's a long one, but maybe try when you actually go to sleep tonight, because that's what I done, right? Like, I never, and I don't mean never, but I very rarely ever watch my own shamanic journeys back, right? But like I said, I don't know why. That would be a good example of me being a bit of a dick to myself, because when I do, it really, really helps me. And that can be explained for a few ways, just because the healing a channel is powerful, but it's probably going to be even more powerful for me because it's my own voice. And that is hypnotherapy. So, but yeah, it just felt so needed. Right, okay, so I'm actually just going to see Oh my God, there it is already. So, oh God, of course it is, right, okay, so, sorry, don't mind me. So, I'm hoping my energy will shift from, yeah, just anyway. So we've got 21 and we've got strategy. I'm really wanting to laugh there. So, okay, so the first card was meant to be what, just what we're doing this healing for, right? And so, like I said, I'm healing it. The intention is that I'm going to do healing for pride, and you can see why, because that is the card that came up on the video, the accompanying video, I'm going to say, that I done earlier, and I'll put that in the comments when this ends. That's influencing why I'm doing this. And remember, I didn't plan to do this, but obviously the guides did because I'm fucking sitting here. And well, whatever this is too. So whether strategy's got anything to do with the pride or not, I suspect it probably has though, because kind of feeling into that, I feel it might be about perfectionism or something. Like everything has to be perfect and planning and everything, because that's Virgo, Venus and Virgo. And then the moon's in Virgo the next couple of days. So that makes sense to me. So let's just read this, because I wanted to read the messages from the book. So it might not make sense to everyone. It might not make sense to anyone, but it is going to be someone at some point that listens to this. And right, okay, so oh my God, my Matrix job title has the word strategic in it. Oh, interesting, right? Well, it looks like we're hitting someone already. Hitting in a good way, like meaning we're hitting what somebody needs. Okay, so making a plan. Right, okay. So, and can I just say as well, if you decide to watch the other video that I've done, what was the other thing? Before I pulled the card at the end that influenced what I was going to do a healing about, I was picking up it was about pride, because I wasn't going to use any of the twin flame messagey kind of, intense cards, although they're perfect for Scorpio season, because I just can't be fucking arsed repeating the same twin flame messages over and over and over and over and over again. Like, it's like I cannot, the words are not strong enough for me to tell you how fucking bored and fed up I am of it. Sorry. Sorry, but it's true, right? So, but that's just fucking like it or lump it for me. Like, that's why I asked earlier. So please, God, right, I'm having a bit of a moan, but please, can you just, if you're not shy and there's something you need help with right now, either please put it in the chat now, if it's easier to just do it because you're in the here and now, or if you're watching this on replay, can you go to the community tab and just put something, put a word, a sentence. You can put a fucking essay if you want. I normally, wouldn't encourage people to do that, but just put something so that I've got something to go on, because I'm getting kind of, what's the word? I'm getting a bit stuck in my head and two swords about stuff lately, because like I said, I just need a break. Like, for the rest of the year, I need a break from what I've been doing, because I've been doing those really intense twin flame, like, divine feminine, divine masculine, what's happening today? Oh, the same fucking thing's happening, right? I'm only joking, like, the energy does move too, but you know what I'm saying. And I just know that that's not what a lot of people are in. That's only speaking to a handful of people that tune into me, or what I know of from who I work with anyway, because I feel a lot of people that tune into those messages, they do resonate, but it's not people I work with. Do you know what I mean? So I know for a lot of people I work with one to one, that's not all of their situations. It's some, but it's not all. So that's why I'm kind of focused more on shadow work that we all need to do as twin flames, but things to do with career, calling, but mostly shadow work right now. But it would just be good to inform what I want to focus on for like events and webinars and but like I said, I am doing a group Zoom a week tomorrow on the 13th. So I was going to do it for the 11/11 portal, but I've been guided to do it for the 13th because the 11th is actually a Saturday, and I'm not working a fucking Saturday, right? That's my boundaries. But also, it's a dark moon. That's not great. So all these people probably doing 11/11 portal things, I'm not feeling guided to do that. But anyway, so I'll speak more about that at the time. But that's quite funny, making a plan. That is my plan. That's my plan just now. I'll tell you the rest later. Look out for it. Right, let's read this card because I'm just going on. So this card shows a pen, journal, compass, and key. When you receive this card upright, it indicates that this is the optimum time for setting up a very specific strategy for achieving your goals. Write about the direction you want to go in. Consider any potential change in course that may be needed. Be aware of the particulars regarding your goals and have some conscious plan in mind. That's interesting that I just spoke about the subconscious and the conscious. Structure the short-term goals needed to make your long-term goal a reality. And again, this is fascinating because I was talking about this with my cousin the other day. It's like, although, and I'm sure I said this recently, it can't have been in a short, so only 60 seconds. It must have been in one of the recent videos I've done, which must have been a live. But it's like, unless you actually pull the subconscious blocks and the stuff that is keeping you self-sabotaging or in a addictive habit that doesn't serve you, that self-sabotaging though, whatever it is in what area of life, you're going to keep doing it. Like, you're literally going to keep doing it because you're not bringing that to the surface. And so it was just, when I was chatting to my cousin, I was like, because she must have said something like that basically she's like, you mean to do it and then you just end up doing it. And I'm like, well, I know, and like everyone does that. And again, like, this is my area of expertise. But I did say that on a short recently. I don't know if it's one of the ones I've published. So this will be funny if it ties in with the ones that aren't published yet. That always happens because it's the energy that I'm picking up on. Like, I mean in advance, because I've filmed them right up until like the 22nd or something, or later than that. So that would be quite funny. But like, one of the tools I use for myself, like I do these things with clients too. Like, obviously, for those of you who don't know, I'm a life coach too, for the people that don't know that I'm that. So I'm good at setting goals with people and helping them achieve it. But whether that's your healing or in your business, by the way, whatever area it is, but it's kind of like, one of the tools I like to use for myself is, because I know where I self-sabotage, I wrote on one side all the things that I do that, well, all the things I find are an issue in my life and that keep me stuck. And then on the other side, like, I've got the solution. And basically, so it's in my face. Like, I can see it every day. Like, actually, I think that's fallen off my wardrobe right now. But anyway, moving on. I'll put it back. But it's like, but you see, it's like, usually when it's there every day, I could see, right, am I in line with this? Or have I kind of went off course again? Have I allowed other people to distract me? I feel that's for someone. Or, how on track am I with this? Okay, where did I get to with this? This card is telling you to spend some time setting things in order. It's time to take full control, add thought to action, and set your sights on the road ahead. So again, that feels very Saturn direct in Pisces, although Pisces isn't really about fucking let's go, let's get moving. It's about go with the flow. So when Saturn is your work and its boundaries, it's karma, and it's time as well, by the way. It's divine time. But what I always say about divine time, it's not sit on your arse and wait for something to happen, which, by the way, that could also be linked to Pisces shadow energy, because Pisces is rest and it's healing and it's, spiritual and it's meditation and it's connecting with the divine. But it's, it's very divine feminine actually. But then at some point, regardless of whatever you are, you have to take action, like, and look, and now it's 33, divine masculine number. And so, but when it comes to Saturn and Pisces, what it says to me is it's about meditate to get your own answers and then act on them. Like, very much like what I've done tonight. Like, I just was like, right, it's go time. But in a very kind of chilled, flowy way. Because, I'm sitting here in my jammies just like, all right, let's go live. Because I always have to remind myself, I actually don't need to be on the camera. Do you know what I mean? Which I would actually. I'm sitting here, no makeup and that, and my glasses, but I don't really give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? I love myself unconditionally. I would do it. But I don't need to do it, kind of thing. So there's something in that for someone listening to this too. Like, take a bit of the pressure off yourself. You know what I mean? Does it need to be as perfect as what you're thinking it is for you to get the thing done? No, nothing ever goes to plan. Okay, so here's the reverse of this card. When the strategy card is reversed, it indicates a stall in progress due to lack of planning. You may have a goal in mind, but no specific ideas about how to achieve it. Or you may have found that your original plans have hit a wall and it's now time to reevaluate things. If this is the case, remember that the path of least resistance may be tempting, but it rarely leads anywhere new. Don't let the mundane tasks of life eat up all your time and take you off course, right? So that's like what I just said before I read it. Instead of floundering and wandering about in confusion, that would be Pisces, Put some significant mental effort into starting or renewing a comprehensive plan of attack. This card reversed is warning you to get out of the role of passive observer. Basically, when people think, oh, I'll just wait for divine timing. Divine timing is preparation meeting opportunity. Seizing the opportunity, carpe diem, when the opportunity arises. That's what I would say luck is, whatever, you know what I mean. Become the author and director of your own destiny. So there's something in that about not letting others direct the course of your destiny. Like being pulled off the path and distracted. And the affirmation is, I plan the necessary steps to achieve my goals and I'm willing to take action in that direction. I'm flexible, persistent, and prepared. Right, powerful. That's what additional help somebody out there or a collective of people needed. Which feels like generally to me that card is saying, why am I shuffling this again? Because I was going to shuffle it after. It feels like collectively that is saying, you can go your own way, go your own way. That's what I just heard. But you know what I mean? Like, don't go the way that everybody else is telling you to go. Go the way that you want to go. Right, I think they want another card because I picked these up. So we've got, oh my god, of course it's that. And of course it's 33, and of course it's Door to Romance. And that's hilarious because I saw this card elsewhere today. So, Door to Romance. It very much feels like, again, I think what everything I just said was clearly going to be about the twin flame journey. So, sorry guys, it's the same broken record of karmic distractions telling you or your person, oh, go this way, go that way, go anywhere apart from in the direction of where you want to go and where your heart wants to go. We'd like you to keep that heart locked up in that cage, facts. How's the door open? By the way. That's so funny. I was about to say a name, and I suspect it's probably going to be like a name that's relevant, but I stopped myself from saying it because that means something. I was just going to do a bit of a bantery thing by being like, such and such, go and get the key. Their heart's coming out the cage. So you can put your 37 minutes, follow your North Node, follow your destiny. I've already spoke about destiny. See all the synchronicities? There's many synchronicities in this one, actually. I'll notice that when I watch back. But it's like somebody's heart, no matter what people do to stop it coming out of the cage and going to where it wants to go, the cage door is open. So nothing is actually stopping you. It's an illusion if you think someone's stopping you. Okay, let's read it. I think that's basically. Oh yeah, because look now in the back. So right. So this healing's got a bit more advanced, but that's fine. I mean, complicated. It's to heal pride and ego about anything, and remember that can just be like your pride's getting in the way of asking for help or apologising or going to somebody. Yeah, so usually these things, and someone's needing healing for going with some kind of plan. That can be about any area of life. And then this last one is going to be specific to the twin flame journey. It's all twin flame because we're all twin flames, but you know what I mean? It's just, we can never get away with that with me because of where my Chiron is. It's always about healing the love. Because look, somebody's confused as fuck. That would be the toxicity around them, the karmic energies that confuse the hell out of people, probably lie. And if it's to do with twin flames as well, like you will be, if you're the twin flame, you will be lied about to your twin flame if people have got a way of doing that, and I don't know how they wouldn't have a way of doing that. And well, I suppose what I mean is if you know who they are and everything. And yeah, everything will just get in the fucking way. So we want to unblock the third eyes of people that can't see through that. Okay. Let's read the Door to Romance, and then I'm not going to shuffle that again. And yeah, look, the hostilities. Yeah, the hostilities are not happy about the cage door being open and somebody's heart wanting to fly to where it wants to go. The defences are up and there's aggressive energy. It's like, that's pretty crystal clear. This card shows a man raising his sword in readiness to do battle. When it comes upright, it reveals a situation where hostilities towards you are about to be or have already been engaged. The aggressive energy may be verbal, emotional, with someone in your environment being excessively critical, demanding, or hurtful. And remember, Venus in Virgo and the Moon in Virgo tomorrow, that's a shadow side of those Virgo placements. Critical. Like, that's not the person you're meant to be with. I don't want you to be with that person. In a work or social situation, there may be backstabbing or out-and-out slander going on. This is different from the deceit card. Oh, that's the one I mentioned at the start. Because the hostile energies are more apparent and more overt. In fact, you may have been living with them for some time, so this is feeling very close to home. But whether this is new or old energy, now is the time to regain control, allowing dishonouring treatment from others is an open invitation to the universe to send you some more. So again, as someone surrounded by karmic energy, whoever this is for, it may feel risky, but you need to have the courage to stand up for yourself now and always. Right, that's absolutely just and by the way, that wasn't even the door to romance, obviously. They just made me read that. That's confirming that when I'm saying to people you need to watch back that the soul retrieval that I done on Tuesday, because yeah, and then just to confirm that they're like, yep, because that's the throat chakra, because it was all about speaking up, basically. It was all about healing the wounded part, your inner child that doesn't speak up. So if that speaks to you, go and listen to it. Okay, so new beginnings in love. Whether you're looking for a new relationship or just more love in the relationship you're in, this is the door with a heart opens on a new beginning in your experience. A new love may be arriving, or you're being brought together by a strong resonant connection. Twin flames. I added the twin flame bit in, obviously. Or a high level soulmate. Only joking. I don't tend to say that around here. Where the fucking hell that is. This may be a call from a past life, or it may be a new tenderness about to bloom into heartfelt affection. This relationship already exists in the energetic potential, so when this card appears in your spread, make sure you're projecting this kind of self-loving energy that you want to receive from others. So basically what we're saying about, if you notice that you're a bit of a dick to yourself and you're a bit hard on yourself, well, actually, I was talking about me, so that's a bit of a shame on my twin flame, because that means that he'll have done that now too. So that's like, it's a bit of back the ball back for. I'm only joking. It really isn't. It's like if you're the divine feminine, it's like following the leader. So you really need to sort that shit out. So anyway, at least I've brought it to my awareness now. I'm speaking a bit nicer to myself. Right. So be aware that the universe returns your self-caring treatment to you. It's ready to open that door. Are you? I don't know if that even makes any sense, but that's what it says. Right, so here's it reversed, right? And then we'll finally get on to doing the healing for this, and then we'll see how the energy shifted. This card reverse indicates a delay, oh my god, that's totally the energy. This card reverse indicates a delay, or disappointment where love is concerned. In a present relationship, it could also be a sign of distance or separation. So obviously this is about those of us in divine separation. Or delays where you feel, just where you feel there's a huge delay. For some, the door to love may seem to have been shut for a long time, but the energetic universe is always in a state of flow or flux. Knowing this, you can work on making changes in your daily life that will bring more love in your experience. Remember to make yourself and Remember to make yourself and your own happiness a priority. Encourage yourself. Always acknowledge how valuable and deserving you are, receiving your own love and that of others. Such choices in your attitude and self-treatment will shift any old energy of dismissal, changing your core consciousness and all that you attract. So tell the universe you're ready for real love because you're finally willing to give it to yourself. But do you know what I also want to add on to that? That's very much picking up with what I was feeling before I came on here. I feel there's a huge shift in the Twin Flame Collective and the Divine Feminine especially of, again, this is a broken record bit, but it's really coming in. It's like, I deserve to be happy and I deserve somebody that wants to make me happy. And so I'm not going to settle for any less than that. Like I'm basically, I'm want to laugh because for a lot of people it's like fucking, you're not getting lit like anything. Do you know what I mean? And I'm talking about the physical because energetically, if you are true twin flames, you are always given to one another. You're always given so much. It reached 44 minutes when I said that, and that reminds me of the angels. Like that innocent, angelic, inner child part of you and your twin, no matter how the two of you are showing up in the physical, is always sending that unconditional love to one another. But in the actual, I don't want to call it the real world because it's an illusion, but in the physical, if you haven't seen your twin for years, or when you do see them, there's nothing there, there's no well, okay, that must be the case for some people, that there's no respect, because that's what I wanted to say. There's, just disrespect or not enough respect, or, just basically like not being treated right. I can feel I'm being pulled into people's personal things there too. So I'll just go with this. It's, just not being treated with the same respect that you give them, basically. That's the shift that I can feel. Like, I can feel those divine feminines, regardless of your gender, ascending from that bullshit. And it's quite funny because I like when I get guided to do these music shorts, because um just the songs that they give me, they just always do feel perfect for the words. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like I don't sit forever and think about that. They just give me it, and I just always feel it really fits. And the one I done earlier, there was something like that in it, and the wordy bit I did right, like divine feminines are ascending the bullshit. Like, it's just basically that kind of divine feminines can feel the gossip and the deceit and the deception, and just basically all the multitude of people that don't want their twin to be with them. And it's kind of like, right, I'm out then. Fucking see you later. But not in the kind of, well, that might be the case for some people, but it's kind of like, just focus on you. If that applies to you, focus on you. Like, your twin has got to work that shit out for themselves. And that, that can take quite a lot of you, to me included, by the way. This can take us all quite a long time, to put it mildly, to really grasp that you cannot save your twin in that way. Like, it really is that classic old thing of, sometimes we've just got to, I'd say all the time, we've got to experience it for ourselves to be like, oh my God. Like, do you know what I mean? And like, to be able to see it a different way. But yeah, that's a really, really strong message coming through right now. But you see how that shifts. Like, if you're the divine feminine energy, once you are no longer willing to take any bullshit, and that can mean different things. I feel like that's maybe for those of you that have interactions with your chin, your, your twin in the physical, and it's just not equal. Basically, that's what it feels like I'm tapping in. It's not equal, and if that's you, you're going to know it. It's like, but this still goes for energetically. If you're the one that's just been pouring all this love and energy and prayers and everything in to protect the energy of the connection, the union, whatever you want to call it, and it just feels like you're getting nothing back, then it's just time to pour into yourself more. Like, you know what I mean? It's just that it's an indication that you're just trying too hard. Like, let it go, and accept what is, kind of thing. But without going into the despair and the hopelessness, and it is quite hard to do that. Like, it really depends on what kind of mood you're in. That's, I can feel people falling into that place, and it feels like that's falling into the collective energy of the world, and that's what the energies want for twin flames. They want both twins to fall into a place of darkness and turning on each other. And of course, that's what the energies around the divine masculine in particular want as well. That's why they try so fucking hard to cause illusions and lies and make something look one way when it's, it's all very much in the air. So you've got to be, 10 steps ahead, never mind 2 steps, right? Okay, so, and the affirmation is, as I open the door to my own self-love, I attract more and more love and tenderness to me. Because the point is, as a divine feminine, well, this is quite refreshing, because most of the time it's guidance for the divine masculine, but yeah, as the divine feminine, when you make the decision that you don't want to get pulled in to, I suppose, proving that you are genuine and that this love is real and there's no kind of tricks or fuckery or anything like that. Actually, this is so like the music shorts that I've not released yet. Because it's just energy it's about today. It's like, just let it go and focus on you, and then that shifts the energy within your twin for them to start loving themselves more and focus on themselves. And when you're loving yourself more and you're not willing to put up with people's crap, your boundaries tighten up, and you really do notice, like I say this all the time, this is definitely one of the areas in which which I help people, and it's totally my Saturn and Scorpio right now talking, because like all the Scorpio energy, and my Saturn is in Scorpio, so is my Mars, and remember, Mars is in Scorpio. It's when you set boundaries with anyone in your life, it's when you really find out who the good ones are, you know, the true ones. Because when people get butthurt, as I like to call it, which, you know, when I experienced that, well, I've experienced that a lot in life, in loads of different areas of my life, you really do find out who is genuine. That's basically a message that's coming through. Like, if you're like, this is my boundaries, whether you actually outright say it like that or you just make it clear, when people are at you or try to be an energy vampire or anything like that, or they don't leave you. Say like you're just totally burnt out, you're fed up, you want somebody to leave you alone, and the person just doesn't leave you alone, and they hound you, or even worse, like goad you or something. That's a clear indication of somebody that's like, you know, they don't give a fuck what your boundaries are. Like, they'll probably mock you. Actually, they'll probably be like, you know, make a joke about because you're saying like something about your boundaries. That's something to look out for. Don't know who that's for, but right, okay, so I just picked up them and started shuffling again. Let's just do a quick healing, because like I said, I've been on here ages, but I knew I would be. Right, so watch your sensitive ears right now, because I'm going to shake the rattle. That sounds quite funny, but I'm going to shake the rattle with the intention that I just want to clear any dark energies or entities that are hanging about you or your truth and flame, if they're open to that healing going to them too. Any basically karmic fuckery, whether it be people, situations, addictions, habits, whatever, anything and that can be self-sabotage, anything that is getting in the way of you seeing the truth. Because remember, that third eye chakra was in reverse, which is basically somebody can't see. They can't see through the illusions. So that could literally be the illusions of the matrix, being plugged into the matrix. Or, yeah, it could be anything. So, right, okay, so are we ready? So I might just do my wee usual. So I'll just do it quickly, right? So close your eyes if you want to. It's always just an invitation. Close your eyes and imagine that cloud of mist, which shouldn't be hard when we've got this all floating about, whirling above the top of your head, and the cloud of mist is whirling above the top of your head. I'm going to do this really, really quick, right? Because just to prove it just doesn't matter. I can do it quick, or I can take forever, and you'll still feel it. Quantum healing. And the cloud of mist is going down over the top of your head, over all the chakras. We know what the chakras are, even if you don't. It's going over, clearing all the distortion. And as it's going down, I'm going to shake the rattle as you imagine that cloud of mist going down from the top of your head, all the way down over your body, down over your knees, and out through your legs, out through your feet. And imagine Archangel Michael coming in and cutting the cords to the old earth of fear, lack, negativity, where you're absolutely surrounded with karmic energies, karmic interference, karmic distractions, karmic habits, karmic, I keep saying addictions. I'm sure that word came up in the reading earlier, but just stuff that isn't good for your soul. It might be good for your mind and your ego, and it's like I can't really get the word that they're trying to give me, but again, I'm sure that came up in the one earlier. Just that it looks good. Something looks good on paper, and it's kind of this feeling of putting a smile on and making it look like you're happy, but actually underneath, really quite sad. That is the feeling I'm picking up on. So let's just cut all that bullshit away, and then as I'm shaking the rattle, okay? Hope nobody fell asleep listening to that. Fucking talk about fucking rude awakening. Spiritual awakening's never fun, but that one certainly wouldn't be. Anyway, so now I want you to let go of those lessons. The lessons you're ready. Sorry, no. Yes, I'm like, I usually don't say that, but what they're saying is the karmic lessons. So it's a little bit like what I said. I went through some rough karmic lessons the past month there to teach me about things that I need to help my clients, and that I need to come and help people everyone here. I needed to be reminded of certain feelings and experiences that I've had in the past, and then to relive things just so that it really gives me a deeper understanding of things to help people. And so basically what I'm saying is a lot of you are going to be experiencing that right now, or you will over the coming 2 to 3 weeks, I would say, specifically. So, and like I said, it was the feelings that I moved through were feelings of absolute overthinking to the point of making you ill. Didn't enjoy it. And but again, I really do feel and that means it's true. When I say I really do, remember that means it's a stronger message. But I really do feel when I fall into the overthinking like that, I'm picking up on strongly the divine masculine collectivism in particular. And I just know because it's the nights I get a migraine and I'm fucking crying, like when I was spewing, like it was that bad. Remember that week I said I was actually being sick for a whole hour because I could feel somebody's migraine. It was fucking horrendous. And yeah, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, shame, guilt, all these lovely things. Shame, guilt. What else did I feel? Just that kind of feeling of why did I do that when I know that this could happen? Yeah, just and again, it's just. By the way, I think it's so fucking obvious what I'm talking about. And I can laugh now because it's time, but it's I'm not. I just can't. I can't be bothered because it's really not that deep now. But I'm just laughing. It's just the way in which they gave me this lesson to so that I could because it is deep for some people. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't that deep with me. But the point is I learned from it. I learned a lot from it. A lot of what I'm teaching you, but a lot of stuff I'm not talking about as well. But it's like but I'm just laughing because it really isn't that deep, and it's just that my friend said to me the other day. It's like let it go, fucking hell. Do you know what I mean? It's like so. Anyway, wherever that resonates with people, to stop being so hard on yourself. That's basically the stop being so hard on yourself. Okay, right. So now I want you to connect to the new earth of peace, calm, abundance, balance of your inner masculine and feminine. And pull up whatever it is you feel you need. And I'm just going to be quiet for a moment while you set an intention for what it is you feel you need tonight. And we'll just hold space for a wee miracle occurring and perhaps some personal guidance coming through for you for whatever you need it for. Right, and so the other thing I meant to say was I feel the reason why I've been pulled on here on a Sunday too is because I did have in the back of my mind that Sunday was going to be the day that I sign um, to just put time aside to pray for the world because let's face it, it fucking needs it. Like but basically, like obviously, to come on and be praying for whoever's needing help out of yous or anyone you know, or because that's what I'm doing every time. But just specifically, like it just feels like I really want to be assigning a time to send out healing to the world as well. But I can't decide on a time because that's what I'm. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'll decide that after. Like again, I might just say I'm just going to pop up whenever on a Sunday, whenever it feels like. Do you know what? Actually, just now, I think I probably could just make it I'll think about that after. Anyway, this is what I mean. I'm getting fucking stuck in my head about something like that. It's not even fucking. Anyway, but that's what I'm here for tonight. You know what I mean? Is to do that healing. Right. So I'm now just going to ask that whoever it is specifically, each and every one of you out there, whether this be you or your twin, that is really, really finding it really hard for whatever reason. And it's really interesting. It's like I want to say to swallow your pride. But it's like I feel that's really triggering to say it like that. Like do you know what I mean? I don't think I do just to work it out, but it's just this kind of feeling of, but it feels like it stems from past experiences of either childhood would be the main one, where we, where, well, it's just simply not being taught that, like if you fuck up, like just say sorry. Like a lot of people in life just haven't, they don't have that life skill. Like sadly, that is just a fucking fact. Do you know what I mean? That could go for like most people in some sort of way. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of people, I think would resonate where you've had to learn for yourself that. Actually, that's something that really fucks me off a lot because people a lot of the time that know astrology will say that about Aries in particular, that Aries don't know how to say sorry, but that's not true. Like, if I believe that I'm wrong and if I've fucked up, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I done that not long ago and I've never fucking, I've said sorry that much, the person's fucking sick of hearing it. Like, they weren't that bothered. Do you know what I mean? So you got to be careful you don't go the other way as well. But it's like, that's what I always say is that I feel a lot of you, a lot of us will have been around people that just simply, sorry isn't in their vocabulary. Like, whenever they fucked up around you, they didn't say sorry. You just move on. You'll get told things like, stop dwelling on the past, or are you still talking about that when that was like last week or that was 2 weeks ago? You know what I mean? And can you see how I'm laughing when my guides are saying this to me? I'm laughing because we've all fucking heard it, right? We've all heard it from somewhere, either from a caregiver, whether it's like your mum, your dad, your auntie, your uncle. Definitely, I would say like grandma, granddads, nanas, whatever I'm not saying, it's, you've heard it from somewhere and it's because they've heard it from there. It gets something that gets passed down. But if you really do sort of pick it apart, it is fucking toxic. Like, that is part of growing up and being an adult. Like, I recognise it all around me in the world, whether it be personally or, in the wider sense out in the, you know in the world. And it's about taking personal responsibility for recognising where you find it difficult to be like, shit, like I fudged up. Do you know what I mean? Like, whether it's deep or not so deep, it's just kind of like it's like I'm feeling guided to say, if you even for a slightest inkling think, I think I just hurt that person's feelings and I didn't mean to, it's probably wise to just sort of hit them and be like, by the way, I hope I didn't, upset you when I said that. Or I don't know, that must be some days. Or there's more obvious ones where you know for a fact you hurt that person. And you know for a fact that they know they hurt you. And that what is needed is an adult grown up conversation where you both say sorry. I'm just asking them to give me another one because these feel very specific. But the point is for whatever reason, many people find it very difficult to do it. And like I said, it goes back to what I just said. If you were never taught it, how can you expect you or your person to do that? But if you are that person, do you know what I'm saying? That's what I think this is about. It's like because I'm just letting the guys talk through me. It's like, if any of this rings true and you're like, what if all I need to do is acknowledge that I hurt that person's feelings, and that would lift something in me and it would lift something in them. And I can feel for a lot of you, even better than that, you can move forward together. Like, you don't need to move forward apart. But I don't know, because it's different people's situations. It depends on where you're at on the journey. If we're talking about twin flames, that is the end goal. But you have to go through periods of separation, and everyone's twin flames journey is different. But if we're talking, this could go for family members. Because I can feel there's some of you that have fallen out with family, and all somebody needs to do that's hurt someone's feelings is say sorry. And it lifts something in the person that's feeling sad about whatever's been said or done. And then you can move on. Whereas it feels like when there's these unleft, what were they trying to say to me? Unopened Pandora's boxes where something's happened, and instead of the apologies coming in where they need to, and I can feel it's making me sad because it's like there are apologies, but it feels like they come from you. And that won't be everyone, because like I said, remember, like, being real here, this is a healing for healing people's pride and ego around this. So it's like I'm helping folk that maybe don't fucking say sorry, they need to, kind of thing as well. But it's about, I wonder if you can dig deep for the empathy for those people. But it's hard, because it's hard to find the empathy for somebody that hasn't said sorry to you when that's all that you wanted. It's not even sorry, because that's why they're not guiding me to say that as much. It's because what is a sorry? I can think of folk that say sorry and they're no fucking sorry at all. They're just saying it for, in fact, we all know people that say sorry in front of other people, and it wasn't for you, it was for the audience. That's sassy, but it's true. Or they might make out like, oh, I said sorry, and they'll say to other people, but they didn't. Like, people lie, so that'll be something as well. But what's important is if any of this is ringing true in you, because remember, it's shadow work season, we're doing shadow work. It's kind of like why I always say that whenever somebody needs to apologise, 9 times out of 10, it's a two-way street. There's something you need to apologise back for. But a lot of the reason why people get held, why they hold themselves, or why you hold yourself back, if this is for you, from saying sorry, is because a lot of people have been around somebody that will just revel in the I told you so, or that kind of energy that I hate. Do you know what I mean? Like, just somebody doesn't want to come forward and say, I was wrong, I'm really sorry, because they feel like the other person's going to be like, well, yeah, I fucking knew you were wrong, and blah blah blah, and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? And that's the energy that it feels like needs to be lifted. Is somebody deciding how the whole thing's going to go, therefore they don't take any action because they've already decided the way it's going to go. So I'm not going to do that because I don't want to put myself in that. Again, do you know what I mean? Fear, ego. But I'm just, it's interesting the way they're getting me to describe it. It's describing it like so that if you're on the receiving end, you understand where that comes from. Like, it's not just somebody's like, fuck them, I don't want to say sorry. It's like, it's all the fear underneath it of what does that mean though? Like, what happens after I say sorry? Like, did I get the third degree, or you know what I mean? And I just I'm an Aries. I just like to break these things down to be pretty simple. It's different for different people, like, but a lot of the time it's just about saying sorry because you've hurt somebody's feelings, and either you meant to in the moment because everyone's been in a situation like that where you didn't hold yourself back, forgive yourself, or you didn't mean to. And then, then that's another horrible shit experience as well. But again, the point is when it comes to your conscious awareness, acknowledge it, do something different, change the script, change the karmic pattern, the karmic family pattern for a lot of people. We're the generational curse breakers. Maybe it's you that's the one that's guided to start actually taking responsibility for your words and your actions, where maybe others didn't around you, it feels like, for someone. God, this is really my Saturn and Scorpio talking. See, now you get a fucking idea of what it's like to be in my head, man. I've got this fucking voice saying to that to me all day fucking long, and I'm like, look, just give it a fucking break, right? I'm wanting to just fucking eat the chocolate and have a cup of tea, no help anyone today, right? I need to fucking help myself, just fucking pipe down. I'm joking, half joking. That's when I, just to head fuck, that's when I need to be firm back to my own firm Saturn. Right. So many layers. Defo wasn't apologised to as a child, conscious about doing it with my kids, yeah. And that's sometimes the way it goes, Charlotte, isn't it? I'm sorry that was the case, and I'm sure many can resonate with that. But we could break the pattern. But I have to be mindful, I'm not apologising for existing, which is definitely, yeah, do you know what? And that's something I notice Pisces people do. You know what I mean? It's just because you're, I say the same thing to you all the time, but yeah, because Pisces are very loving. It's a sign of kindness and unconditional love. I remember I've given this example before, but I haven't given it for a while. It's when I was in a shamanic group once, and I wouldn't say it's an argument, because again, it's always like, it's teasing something out, but it was just somebody was arguing the case for you can never be too compassionate, and me and this other girl who'd happened to both be Scorpio rising, so we had a bit of thought, and we had a bit of sass, don't fuck with me kind of vibes about it. Which, by the way, can I just say, I nearly posted that. I don't know if it was earlier today or the other day, because I saw it somewhere else, and it's true. It's like, an awakened woman has deep respect for the divine masculine, but firm boundaries. Basically, they do not take any shit. That's how you can spot a true divine feminine. And like I've said before, the divine masculine can spot their divine feminine, because it'll be the woman, the man, whatever your genders are, that doesn't take their shit, where everyone else probably does. And vice versa, where the divine feminine is needing, somebody to mirror back that kind of, well, actually, no, you're wrong on this one. The divine feminine would then have the deep respect for her masculine for pointing that out, but it wouldn't be pointing that out as in like, oh, you done this, you done that. It's not critical. It's like you help each other. You're a team. And see how I'm talking about that as if it's two people, but that's also within you as well. You've got an inner divine masculine that puts up the boundaries or doesn't put up the boundaries, that makes your decisions or doesn't make your decisions. If you're disempowered, you're letting others make decisions about your life for you, whatever areas of life. If you're empowered, you're making your decisions from your own mind and heart, your divine femme, divine masculine within you, and you're taking the actions that you want to take for you and telling everyone else where to fucking go. And it's not forever. It's just, this is what I'm deciding for me. I'm following my heart. You can like it or lump it. That's what I'm doing. But the problem is a lot of people just don't do that. And that's what that healing was for last week. Was if you go and listen to it, again, it was 2 hours, but I remember channeling something, because remember, I just sit down. I didn't want to be sitting here this long, but this is what's coming through, and they're getting me to look at the half moon there. We're halfway to the new moon in Scorpio, which is always a very dark new moon, because Scorpio is the shadow. It's when the sun and the moon is in Scorpio. So secrets will be revealed, secrets and deception, because Scorpio is about secrets, and it's also psychic detective. And that's already coming out, because that was the card that's in the video that I'm going to publish when I finish this. But I feel it's different kinds of secrets for different people. It's like some people's secrets are, yeah, dark and shady, but some people's secrets are holding back their feelings. It's a mixture of stuff for different people. Thank you so much, Claire. You're very welcome. Right, so is that enough? I'm just asking my guides, is that enough? So yeah, it appears that the healing that was needed to heal the pride and ego was just this chat that wanted to come through. And let me know if you like the rattle on the replay there, or if you're still live, because I love, you know, because it's, you know, yeah, I love the rattle, and I love like singing bowls and stuff, like, you know, like things that I like to hear. It's just, yeah, sound healing. It's just some people could find it quite severe, but it chases off the dark entities. Thanks, Claire. I've made it to bed, so I'm heading off. Lovely to hear you. Sending lots of love. Thank you. Lots of love your way too. Right, so this is perfect time because it seems like it feels like it's shifted. I stood up as the rattle started and almost shat myself. That's hilarious. See what I mean? I hope nobody fell asleep. Fucking hell. Falling asleep on the couch and being woken up by that. I just go fucking buy yourself a rattle, guys. If your fucking man or your woman falls asleep on the couch at night, right? I'm getting the fucking rattle. putting a whole, it's putting a whole other spin on getting rattled, isn't it? See what I done there? That was funny. Right, okay, so I'm going to shuffle these cards and I'm going to see how the energy shifted. Right. You've been rattled. Who's rattling you? Who's rattling your cage? Oh, that's right. Okay, we'll just stop now. Right, so I'm shuffling the cards. What has shifted? Nathan, are you still here? I've not seen you talk since you spoke the last time. What energy has shifted? Did it help the people? Well, I'm just going to trust it will help the people, whoever's needed all of that. More than one person. It's going on in the collective energy, and I'll be able to sleep now that I've... Oh, 2 cards have just fell out. We've got... Oh my god. What? Oh, right. Interest. Oh, right. Oh my god. Okay, right. So, wow. Look how the cards echo what I was saying. So at first I was like, what the fuck? Like, it's no heal that. I mean, I've just fucking sat here, like, I've done it for no reason, but it's not that. It's, yes, the healing is done because it's balanced out. Whoever it was that was needing help with the bits and bobs that I've brought through, the where someone was stuck, because remember that's what was doing the healing for, was one part of it, and it was pride, you know, and it stems from different reasons for different people. That energy is now balanced. That yin yang energy, inner divine feminine, divine masculine within you, if this resonated, or your twin, whoever this is going to resonate with, both of you, if it's resonating with you, it's done its job. It's shifted the energy on an energetic level. So you just wait to see what happens in the physical for yourself, or, well, actually your twin too, because then, you know, stuff can happen. But yeah, the yin yang symbol. Oh my god, wow. And I've just realised another amazing thing. If you were if you were on the one on Tuesday, that was the bloody thing that I saw. I saw the yin yang symbol, which is one of my symbols, by the way, that I heal with. But it's like a lot of twins resonate with yin yang. And then remember, I saw a yin yang symbol as soon as I came off doing it, and then made it as a game. So that's just to say, look, we're halfway, we're a week into that soul retrieval. And when does the soul retrieval end? The 21st, and this has got the 22nd on it, because it's 3 weeks from the day I done it. And the 22nd Sagittarius season, and that's when the collective energy will lift quite a lot as well. And not like listen, I just mean it lifts a bit, because I mean, well, you've seen the state of the dying world right now. But yeah, right. So we've read strategy earlier, so let's read the yin yang card then and see what it says. And also, basically, this was absolutely to help the divine masculine energies, but also I said a lot of stuff for divine feminine, but you know how I know, right? Because we've got healer of the ages behind it, Jesus, and Jesus is about forgiveness. I've just been fucking going on about apologising and forgiveness. And then we've got, oh, that's interesting too, right? I can't even fucking be giving all these. Oh my god, what the hell? Right, look at this, right? I love these cards because they just totally speak to me. Divine masculine energy, forgiveness, right? So I don't know if I'll bother reading all of these, right? Man holding a coin in reverse with romance. I've already brought that through several times. I feel a lot of divine masculines are not moving towards their twin because of that. Because that is just a masculine thing. wanting to have your shit together. This guy's like, hey, look at me, I got my coin. It's like, and it doesn't matter if you don't care. It doesn't matter if you don't care about that as a divine feminine. It's just the way it works, you know. And then, but look, they're saying that we done enough healing there to heal. Oh, what did I was I going to say here? Yeah, to hear the clairaudient messages that a masculine needs to know who to trust and who not to trust. And think about it, clairaudience is your hearing. So that can also mean, like, when it comes to things like gossip and stuff as well. Like, I feel a lot of yous out there are going to be able to decipher what's true and what's not. Because we've got the one that was in reverse. The stuck it is now upright. Oh, it's not. It's kind of. The other one, I'm sure it might have even been that. It was the third eye that was in reverse, but no. So it's not quite the third eye, but this is the crown chakra. So it's the clairaudience, hearing the messages you need to hear. Yeah, from the divine about the twin flame connection. And the 4 and the 1 is 5, and it changes. Yeah, just however that resonates. Right, and I'm just going to read the yin yang, and then I'm going to go because it feels like whatever needed to be done here is done, and I don't think it's a coincidence. It is almost 144 where I live. Oh, but they do want me to say this, so that's what was behind it too. Anxiety, worry, or distress. And look, that's in the book, but that's what's behind the ones I just showed you. Anxiety. Oh God, anxiety and indecision. So this is just, they're showing you what a lot of the masculine, some of you, or your twins are in. Like anxiety over an indecision about not making a decision. Oh, hello, Nix. I'm just reading one card and then I'm going off because I've been here a while. When it's like, but when that person, whoever resonates with that, makes a decision, they're walking into victory and happy families. Like, this is victorious twin flame unions coming about when people come out of anxiety and indecision and they follow through on their plans. But it's very clear. And look, that's why they wanted this to be in the shot. I now get that. You've got this. But it's like it's hard because there's like all these energies trying to hold people back. And themselves, their own overthinking. What are we all doing awake? Well, I'm always awake till crazy times. Not always, but I am tonight. And, that's why. Because I've been feeling people in that. A lot of the collective in that. But now I feel better, so hopefully others feel better. Right, so I'm going to read this. And how are you, by the way, if I didn't say that? So I'm going to read yin yang. So this is what's balanced out now that we've done that healing. And, right, so. And yes, I just got pulled. See, they're just, everything I just got pulled to deceit again. They're just showing you that I'm not just saying this, I'm getting all tied up. Some people are all tied up with lies. Either being lied to or you're lied, whatever it's. Maybe a mixture for some people. And then there's the one we need, the yin yang. Right. Passive, active, intuitive, logical. Basically divine feminine, divine masculine. This card represents energetic life cycles, and its purpose is to help you identify the particular cyclic energy moving into or out of your experience. In its upright position, it heralds a yin cycle, where most of the action seems to be happening under the surface of things. This is a time of great receptivity, intuition, gestation. External circumstances may be forcing you to go within and examine present activity. It's especially a good time for completion, so wrap things up. Again, that's because many people are wrapping up karmic situations, karmic lessons, and that's why, like, when I was saying there about if you do find yourself repeating something, you're like, why the fuck have I done that again? Like, I really thought I'd learned that lesson and wasn't going back there. It's just to show you what it feels like, what the difference is. Do you know what I mean? And you really do learn, you know. What am I saying? I'm like, what do you mean by that? You really do learn. Yeah, basically, it depends on what we're talking about here, but I know I do. It's like, sometimes you just need to fuck up one last time to be like that. I'm really done with that. Obviously, I'm talking about alcohol, by the way. Specifically Prosecco, because it just makes me fall asleep or spew. So, no Prosecco for Claire. I do like champagne, though. But, I mean, how often do we drink champagne? I'm not made Chelsea, do you know what I mean? And you should really just have one and then don't spoil it. Do you know what I mean? It was my dad's birthday yesterday, and they've sent me a cute wee picture of them saying like cheers. And it's like, it's meant to be for something special, do you know what I mean? Right. It's an especially, wait a minute, where did I get to? It's an especially good, yeah, I just said that. Yin cycles often call you to be passive, yielding, reflective, so open up to these things, sides of your nature. Being more than acting is the intention here. I'm okay. Some feckers decide to have fireworks party between, oh my god, 10 to 1 and 1:30. Now I'm awake, surprised it took me so long to realise you were alive. Yeah, I know, I was calling in people that needed to be here telepathically, so but I said not to wake up anyone that was sleeping, so that's why you didn't come, because I did put that out there. I was like, but you can watch it back some other time if you feel the need to. Cremant is better than Prosecco and cheaper than champagne. Now, that might be ringing a bell. Remember, I was in a past life, in this life, a wine demonstrator, and I used to know the difference between all of them. But I know that I can't stand cava, because that's like the cheap one, and that's from Spain, and I just can't stand it. And I don't like sweet wine either. I can't stand sweet. I like dry. And that's probably why I like champagne, because it's dry. But I don't fucking want any of it. It's the devil. That's what I learned. That's the lesson that I learned a month ago. So, and remember, it's just like, I'm laughing because it's like, that was one of the things I thought to myself too. I'm like, oh fuck. See, when you get yourself into things and you make, well, I don't know, just when things go all tits up with drink, it's just kind of like, you know what I mean? It's yin yang. It's very often you and your twin will mirror each other. So, yeah, it's just, I thought I often have whenever I fuck up. Right, okay, so, but again, there's something in that about you can't be perfect, do you know what I mean? So it's like, you can't just always be on your best behaviour so that your twin sorts of shit out, because as we've noticed, you could be doing all the right things and healing yourself and all the shadow work in the world, and then you could bump into your twin in the physical and you're like, what in the fuck, man? Like, this person is still fast asleep and they're being a bit of a dick. Like, is there some mistake here? Do you know what I mean? Is there somebody at the top that I can write to hear about? That's clearly been someone's experience to be saying it like that. But again, that's where we go back to empathy and compassion, because when someone is asleep, they're asleep. Just like you were just literally asleep, Nix, and you woke up. I'm channeling some weird message for people about being patient with your twin. Right, so this card reverse reveals a yang cycle, which is one of active, outgoing energy. This time calls for being more logical approach to things, which fits with the strategy card actually, but the logic needs to be applied to purposeful action. Wow, okay, so this is crazy, because just to put you in the picture, this card was like, what has now healed after doing the healing that I've just done, right? And that's perfect, because I'm here to help the twin flames balance their yin yang within you and within your twin flame connection. And what we were healing was the strategy card, just upright or in reverse, just people that weren't taking action on a plan. It felt like from interference. But wherever it could be, and again, that interference doesn't need to be a person, it could be you stopping yourself. So it's just whatever resonates. This cycle is often marked by creativity and new beginnings, sometimes with significant outer change. Let yourself apply more forceful energy to the task at hand and take advantage of this highly charged yang time. And the affirmation is, I'm open to understanding the cycle I am in, and I'm willing to utilise its energy beneficially. All that I need is already part of me. So, for an example, divine feminines spend time in isolation and hibernation, getting the downloads and the healing that you need to work on, regardless of your gender. And then when it's divine time, your twin will then mirror back the time that you've spent on your own, which Like, granted, like, I'm just laughing at that because I can feel that can feel like a really, I don't know, like, I want to say, like, there's not a fucking chance in hell that's going to happen to my twin kind of thing. Like, they like to surround themselves in a whole load of folk and party and blah, 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 blah. Do you know what I mean? But I've seen it all. Like, I've seen it with many, many different twin flames. Um, and I've even felt it with my own twin flame. Do you know what I mean? Like, he loves to go out and party and all of that, but I've felt when he's being more like spending more time alone, like you can feel it. Like, it's just part of being a twin flame. Like, it's like when it reaches a certain point, like it's just what you'll be guided to do. And again, not everyone will know why they're being guided to do that, but some will, obviously, because of people out here talking like this. But what else was I going to say? And it's often quite a funny thing where, and again, this is what fascinates me about this. Like, you don't always, like, you don't logically know, but you can feel it. You just can feel it. If you truly tune in, you can feel the difference. But it's often the case that if you've been in a lot, like introverted more, that your twin will be the one that's more out and about. And actually, I don't know why the fuck am I talking about this? I've spoken about this loads of times on live, so I can't remember getting all of that because I actually just want to get off now. I can feel when I'm in that energy, I just want to get off. But it's like when I've spoke about before that it's like, and it was before I was really geeky about realizing what dynamic I was in. I just, at that point, I was just like, what the fuck is actually happening between me and him? This is just the most awkward I've ever felt in my life, but I can't stay away from it. It's like, um, it's like, um, yeah, you'll just be able to, like, when I think just, yeah, over a period of years, I'm like, that year I was the one that was more out there and he was stepping back. And then the next year he was the one that was more out there and I was stepping back. And it's just, that's, so you might have been in a similar situation yourself where where there was a time where you could kind of gauge what was going on. And even if you didn't know you were a twin flame, you didn't know what twin flames were and everything. And these days it's different. Like, I'm going to sound like I'm fucking way older than what I am here, but I'm an old soul. I'm not, if for anyone new that's listening to me, I'm not somebody that's like came across the twin flame term and I'm like, oh, twin flames. Oh, I'll just be a twin flame teacher. Oh, who's my twin flame? Is it, this person, that person, this person, that person? No, like, you know what I mean? That is some people's experience, you know what I mean? Um, Mine's was a whole other ball game, you know what I mean? Of just exactly what I've described. Like, why is it suddenly went from being amazing to what in the fuck is going on? And like, this is just really uncomfortable, to put it mildly. And then a series of synchronistic events. It's so funny because I'm getting guided to something in my room that is like so meaningful, but it's just not something I ever am guided to share until it's time. But yeah, the synchronicities that led me to unraveling and understanding what I was and what I was here to do were very mind blowing and have been from that day on 13 years ago. It'll be 14 years next year, guys. But that's energy balancing out. That's spoken from a true twin flame. That is the energies balancing out. And that's why you're not allowed to be together until you are. Because you would just think each other are a bit of a dick, really. You know what I mean? And they're making me speak in very, I don't know what to call it, but they're just making me simplify it a little bit. You would just get on each other's tits. Do you know what I mean? Like nobody else. They would trigger the fuck out of you. And you'd be like, I'm walking away from this. This person's getting on my tits. And that's actually sounds like a divine masculine now when I'm saying it like that. But then it's like, but then let's channel the divine masculine energy. But then they'll be like, oh, shit, I've walked away because they were really annoying me. And they're bringing up stuff in me that I don't want to face. But I can't stop thinking about them. And I wonder what they're doing. And I wonder if it'd be all right for me to say hi again. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the truth of it. And then the divine feminine energies right now is like, I've given it all I've got. I'm on empty. Like, I've given it all I've got. I've given it a good old fucking go, and I'm on empty. I'm just going to give to myself now. And then the divine masculine's like, oh, I'm not feeling the love coming from my twin like I usually. I'm not feeling, or I'm just some, or they might not feel it. Like it's just like I'm feeling weird. I'm thinking about that person a lot. I'm just recognizing who I can trust and who I can't, and yeah. Anyway, let's get out of this. That was it's because it's late. I'm going into like a floaty Piscean channeling. That makes me feel a bit sick. Like, fuck, does that mean that we're another 48 years away from union? And fuck, 48 years of celibacy. What? Where are you getting 4 and 8 years from? Where did I say 4 and 8? I'm totally confused. Oh, if you're going by 4 and 8, if you're meaning like because you're thinking something about like what asset, yeah. What I would say to people is don't like think that because I've been in the parts of my journey that I've been in for that long that like it needs to take that. It's not that at all. Like it's just because it's just the role that I've been assigned. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, I'll just wait to see what you're saying because I'm going to go in a minute. Like anyway, I know that my work is done because that card came out. And I tell you what I'll do, right? I'll go when it reaches 144 because then it's. But that's a bit. I don't like that because that's controlling things. It's only meant to land on it serendipitously. You're not meant to plan it. You're not meant to try and control it. No, you were saying they mirror the path to awakening. Right. Well, but where are you getting 4 and 8 years from? Because I didn't mention it. It's not your. Do you mean like because you've something about that, something with your journey, you think that your twin has to? No. See that? This is a good lesson though. This is a very. And that's quite funny because one of the cards was the magician in the mirror. Where is it again? That would be quite a good example of that's not what I took that to mean. And obviously it's not me, I'm just bringing it through, but it's like it's not in terms of oh you took this long so they're going to take that long. It's just about God, by these cards are really dark when I keep digging into them. Look, broken heart and attachment. Like so that's somebody else's story right now. Someone's in a broken heart because of a karmic attachment. Yeah, you mean your journey? Yeah. No, it's not. It's not. I wish it was. Well, I don't know about. No, I don't. I definitely don't wish it was that. It's not an exact science of like it took this long for me, so it's going to take that long for them. Not at all. It's it's more about I feel personally it's more about your willingness to not control things and just accept things as they are. Actually, you came in late. You need to see the bit where I was talking about all of that. It's because it's really that's the thing. Like everything that's been coming through is tied into the whole from the beginning of when I've spoke, and the whole reason I'm on was it was I was just thrown on for whoever's needing this. And it's funny because it was Charlotte and Michelle that were on, and then it was the moment I felt the healing had been done was right when they were saying bye. So it was kind of funny. It was like, um, it's complicated. It's like I don't see it as like because remember time's an illusion. See now we're getting really deep. Time is an illusion. And thank God I see it like that because look how long I've been on. Like I've been single for 20 fucking years. And we're only like we're nearly into 2024, and if that is still the situ then I'm going to be able to say I've been single for 21 years. There's 21 again. but, but 21 is the world card, and it's about learning lessons and coming full circle. And it actually happens to be my life path number next year as well. So, and a lot of twins. There's going to be major twin unions next year. I mean, there is every year, but I feel there needs to be, basically there needs to be a whole load of unions next year for what the world is currently moving through. It needs a lot of strong people in their own divine feminine, divine masculine energy with their divine feminine, divine masculine. But in order for those unions to happen, both counterparts need to be able to see the people around them that are sabotaging, basically, or that are keeping you in a low vibrational state, like, you know, this, like, because this doesn't need to be romantic. Like, this could be a family member, like, this could be somebody that is like dragging your energy down, keeping you brokenhearted, because they're always telling you what to do or controlling you. Or, like, it reminds me of the card earlier, like the heart was in a cage. The 23rd of November is 20 years since, oh my god, 23rd of November, it's 20 years since I've seen mine. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? But again, time doesn't exist with twin flames. And actually, I need to get off here now. The Scorpio energy just makes me go into the old lady deep chats, but I've learned that in the bumpings in that I've had over the years is, like, but the tough way too. Like, you know, like, and again, I was quite, what did I say earlier in the one that was vulnerable earlier? It wasn't like too juicy or anything, but I said something like, oh, I think it was just when I said something about, like, you know, that I'd had a period of not being very nice to myself in my own head, like the way, like, just basically I was just being too hard on myself, and it really wasn't even that bad. like, um, like, yeah, so I'll have another honest moment like that. Like, it always reminds me of, like, one of the times that I bumped into mine and all the work that I'd done on myself. Because again, this was a few years ago, but it wasn't that many years ago. And, like, I couldn't fucking believe, like, it was just like I hadn't done anything, because, like, I just, I just fucking shot myself. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, just like, I was just fucking terrified. Like, it's just, I can't even put into words. It was just horrible. It was just like, fucking get me out of here, but I don't want to go because he's here, but I do want to go because he's here. And then it's like, oh, I wonder if he wants to talk to me. No, he doesn't want to talk to me. He looks happy, but maybe he does, maybe he just doesn't know it. And it's horrible. It's like it takes you right back to the drawing board. But that's what, you know, where's that card? Wherever the fuck it's went. You know, that's what the yin yang, the can you talk now? I need to go. That's what the yin yang card is about. Like, that's when you know it's your twin flame, because, and that's what always just makes me laugh whenever I've seen, like, people talking about twin flames, and I can just always tell when people's really on the journey or they're not, or they've got more to learn. Because it's like they'll be talking about it, it's like, oh, it's so amazing with my twin flame, and I really fancy him, and he really fancies me, and we just really understand each other, and we're both really spiritual, and it's like, you know, or whatever. I'm just exaggerating a bit, but it's like, that's not the reality. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, there's amazing parts to it, and it's like, but, and again, remember, it's like, this is me really looking into the future with a lot of this stuff, and going by what I help people with. Oh, look, there's about to be 144 on the video when I'm saying this, but it's kind of, and I'm looking away, but it's just always going to be very triggering, you know, like, the more, it's just basically what your twin is doing is they're showing you the parts of yourself that you've been unwilling to look at. And so if you are somebody that, like, that's not really going to be many people tuning into this, but if you never look at what you're afraid of, and you stay stuck with quite a lot of stuff, or you just like to sort of play in the kind of shallow end of the pool rather than going to the deep end of the pool. That can mean different things to different people, because shallow, it could just mean like, it could be literally shallow too. Like, if you want to kind of keep up appearances and keeping up the Joneses, and oh yeah, I'm fucking loving life, I'm really happy, and then it's like, actually you're not behind the scenes, like, you know what I mean? And everybody's played that part to a certain extent, even really honest people. Do you know what I mean? When you're really, really honest, we've all got different kind of I mean, it's like, I was thinking about that earlier. It's like, I've been crying all fucking day, right? Because I've been feeling the collective energy. And remember, I have to sit for about 30 minutes to work out if it's the collective or if it's me. but it's like, no, I've just been in that, but like, I'm feeling good now. And so that's what I was a bit, I'm quite annoyed about it, really. I've been picking up on people that aren't feeling good. But remember, that's what happens to me. I go through it first, and then I'm helping other people through it. But I was thinking of that, it's like, I don't mind crying when I want to cry, and when it's genuine, if I'm on a live, whether I'm on camera or whether I'm behind it like this. But if I was to like sort of come and seek comfort on this channel, like every time I was fucking, in a dark place having a fucking good old cry about something that just isn't fucking fair, or you're feeling a bit helpless and hopeless, and you know, it wouldn't it wouldn't be very empowering. Do you know what I mean? And also, it's just kind of like, if you don't want to do it, you don't need to do it. And so it means different things to different people. Whereas some other people's comfort zones would be like, there's no fucking danger I would ever cry on camera. Like, my audience, I don't call you that, but do you know what I mean? Like, my audience, or the people that you are not getting to see that hidden shadow part of me. They're just not. And that's okay. Like, it doesn't mean that the people that do that and are comfortable with that, like me, are any better than the people that don't do that at all. It's just somebody that's a wee bit more conservative than the other bit, you know what I mean? And like I always say, like, that's why with most things in life, I hope nobody ever compares themselves to me or anyone, because I'm one of the rawest people you could ever meet in your life. So you're not going to find anyone like me. Take that message to mean whatever you want about whatever, but you just aren't. And the same with you out there. Nobody's going to find somebody like you, because you're unique. Oh God, I just cut the deck at storm warning and deceit. That's always lovely when we do that. Just, when the hands get, let's just put these away. And maybe the storm warning there is that someone's lying about how they feel. What? Why? Well, we know why, but it's like... Okay, we've got a woman holding a coin. That's the karmic card. And we've got a woman holding a heart. Oh my God. And they both came out in reverse, by the way. And we've got deceit. Right, I think that's tapping into shit. I don't want to be tapping into it, to be honest. Like, we're not ending up on karmic energy. But yeah, we've got a woman holding a coin and we've got a woman holding a heart. This is hilarious because I've just watched Magic Mike's. I've just watched Magic Mike's Last Dance about fucking 3 times over the weekend. I wait to see the pictures in January, but and remember that was the first and the last. That's the only time I've been to the pictures in the past 5 years. But there's a bit in that. Oh God, I'm not channeling about this film, man. I'll be here forever. But there's loads of things, right? The film is really shit, right? If you've got the movie channel, watch it, right? But it's quite boring. But I mean, Channing Tatum, so you take one for the team and you watch it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, that's how I was like, oh, it's on again. Oh, I'm just going to watch it again. It's worth watching it again. But yeah, it's pretty shit. And sorry, Channing Tatum, because I think he produced it or something, directed it or something. But the end is smoking hot, and like, I've surely made it crystal clear that I'm not, I don't bat for that team, right? But I like, yeah, that woman's hot. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm a woman that's comfortable in my own sexuality that I could have bit when someone is hot. And the women at the dances at the end, holy fuck, by the way. So it's like the women and the men that bat for that team are watching it for Shannon, but there's a whole load of guys that might want to fucking just tune into that film with your bird or whatever to see the fucking girl at the end, because it's like, whoa, holy shit. Anyway, sorry. That must be the masculine side of me saying that. But it's but yeah, it's just hot. Like the dance is really hot because they basically simulate sex. Like, but anyway, that's spoiling it. But it's really hot. Like it's just, and it's beautiful too. It's quite, like I said, it's a nice part of the film that I spoke about at the time. But and there's a whole thing about unicorns too. And remember, I forgot when I was getting those signs about unicorns, and like you're like a unicorn with your twin flame, and they're like a unicorn to you. And of course, I'm getting drawn to unicorns on the little doll's high chair thingy over there that my niece has got here. Oh, long story. There's a fucking pink tent and there's a fucking high chair with a doll hanging out it. It's for my nieces. I always have to explain that shit whenever there's anyone round fixing anything or that. It's like, and the guy that comes to fix stuff whenever anything's broken here, he always says his hate, and I'm like, fuck's sake, like, you know what I mean? I've told you before, right? It's for the fucking nieces. I'm not fucking I'm not like taking down the pink tent and putting it up and down. Do you know what I mean? Like, what's the point in that? It's pretty sturdy. That's been there for 3 years like that. It's lasted through all weathers. But anyway, there's unicorns on the high chair. That's why I'm saying that. Um, but yeah, there's a bit in that about she's basically saying like, why can I not just have what I want? And so then that's something that he does, like, I mean, he pretends there's a unicorn talking to her from the sky or something, and it ends on like a note with unicorns on it. So that's quite interesting. But yeah, the reason why I'm saying that is because there's a bit in that whole film. It's something like, do you choose love or money? And we've got the women holding the coin or the women holding the heart. Now, usually these are both karmics, and that could make sense to someone that this is two women in someone's life. They don't need to be romantic interest, but they could be for some. I did say something about someone having free birds on the shorts the other day, but it's because it was free birds on the thing. But the third party could be like the person and two love interests, of course. But it could be someone's literally got free birds. But it's like, but this could also be like, this could be like a karmic feminine and a divine feminine. Like someone's got the money and someone's got the love. Do you choose love or money? Quite a funny spin on it. Or this could equally, I'm not going to do that. I was like, oh, this could be two men from, like, fuck that. That's being too PC, right? It's two females in the card, so it's two women. Do you choose love or money? And somebody's lying. Oh dear, I just said I don't know what they're lying about, and it said reconnecting. I had a very clairvoyant vision of a storm the other night, but no context, just clear vision of a storm. Interesting. Yeah, Pony doesn't actually feature in it only does for a tiny bit. It's more about the love story in that film. It's boring as fuck though, I'm not kidding, it's really boring. But I did watch it, I just watched it, when did I watch it actually? I watched it last night. I watched it the night before that, because that's when I found it. I was halfway through it. And then I watched the end of it again today, because it was like, I was just cutting about, like, pottering about. I'm just going to keep that on as background noise. But it's really just for the end. Right, okay, so why am I shuffling these again? Yeah, I'm going to go now. I'm fucking wide awake though, but... Oh, I walked this morning, I saw a crow, and I was like, what's your message for me? Turned, and a second crow popped out of nowhere. Oh. And did you get the message eventually? Right, just give us one more card to end this on, and then I'm going to go and watch the rest of Big Brother, because I've got on pause. I thought this was going to be 15-20 minutes. I've fucking been here all night. What else do we need to know? So, very interesting. So again, this is different people's stories I'm tapping into, but somebody's making a decision about love or money. And it's just very clever that they're telling me that because of Magic Mike. But somebody's getting guided to the door to spirit. Somebody's get spirit or your guides, higher power, God, whatever you want to see it as, someone is guiding someone to their higher path, because we surely all know by now that money does not bring happiness. And definitely not the way the world is going. If you're relying on the money system of the world, you're going to be in absolute misery. What if the world suddenly changes and we don't live in that way? That's when people like me are not going to have a problem for clients, put it that way, and some of you that work in similar fields. So we have a whole lot of people needing to do the work that they've been avoiding to be happy. Oh my God. And I'm going to go, but I'm going to read this before I go. The door to heal. Look, the door to personal healing and happiness. And on the back, we've got the sixth chakra. And that is the one now. So that makes sense to me, because that was blocked. And then this whole healing, that this is what this live has been about. And I don't know, again, like I said, I don't know if this is going to become a thing where my lives are landing on the 2 hour here things, but it's like, and by the way, for anyone that's just joined now, the context behind this was, these are I'm going to do healings like this, but it's going to be like the extended, like some of the, you'll know because I'll say it. So say I do a card on a video and I'm like, right, I'm going to now do a healing for this. If you feel like you need the healing for whatever this specific story was about, come and find it here, right? So it's like when people do an extended reading, but mine is going to be an extended healing. Now, I know that's confusing because everything I do is healing, but I mean, I'm specifically going to be doing something like a shamanic journey, or I might choose to do some hypnosis thing. So it'll just be different. I'm just quite excited about it. I'm just going to, but first I need to work out the technicalities of how that Ko-fi thing works, because I've not actually done that before. So, and I wanted to do it today, but like I said, I joked about it, but I'm not fucking joking. I couldn't have done the first extended healing to be on Pride and Ego, because people would need to put their Pride and Ego aside to fucking buy the video, and they're not going to do that, because people need to do that anyway. But when it's actually a healing for doing that do you know what I mean? Well, that's hilarious. But yeah, this whole healing was about unblocking the third eye, as well as everything else that I've said. So that's on the back. So right, let's read this. Door to personal healing and happiness. And look, we've opened that again, hostilities. So it's like, yeah, the third eye is being opened to the troublemakers in your life, if this is for you. And who you need to walk away from. Letting go, moving on. Right. But why I chose to sign up to be this person in this life that needs to continually tell people the same fucking message, I'll never know. But anyway, I'll not moan about it. I just did, but you know what I'm saying? I'm like, please, just, this is what I was crying. I was like, why that fucking, like, do you know what I mean? I just don't want to fucking be, I just don't want to be doing this all the time. Change it up for me at least, fucking hell. Right, okay, so door to personal healing and happiness. New beginnings in your personal life. Oh, look, so there, that's quite funny. See, when I'm saying it like that, I'm literally channeling the energy. Because I'm not, it might sound like I'm joking, but I'm not fucking joking. Like, I've come to the end of my tether with some of these twin flame messages. Like, it's just fucking draining. It's like, there's only so many fucking times I can say, check the people around you, because they're going to stab you in the back. Or, what's another one? If you stay stuck in procrastination, you're going to be stuck in the lower timeline. You know, you're basically throwing your destiny to the wolves. I don't know what that means. I actually think about it. I'm throwing your destiny. I don't know what that means, but I suppose for some people that could be like you're throwing your twin flame back out for other people, because like I always say, like I'm also unique in that way, where it's like that's not the message I give, but that's just me. This card is a harbinger of positive change. The beautiful light-filled door opens onto a lush rainbow-lit spring filled with vibrant lotus flowers. Whether you're working on some inner healing, such as breaking an addiction, there's that word again, or looking to make some external changes, such as finding a new place to live, this card signals that your life is opening up and new opportunities are about to appear. The changes you've been working on are ready to blossom with wonderful results, so make sure you see your personal intentions through with continued action and optimistic expectations. I know it doesn't say it in this card, but I'm also kind of feeling like some of you can't see the physical manifestation of something yet. But it's that feeling of don't quit right before the miracle occurs, and I'm just realising that that's the card that I pulled for, was it for today or for, I think it was for today actually, for today or for tomorrow. And again, they're timeless, but on the short, I said I felt something about a miracle. Well, I think it's for tomorrow because I said something about Virgo. But anyway, I said something about a miracle and then I actually pulled miracles and it had Jesus. Oh yeah, it had Jesus on it. And I've already pulled the Jesus card from this deck tonight. So yeah, it just feels like I'm channeling the energy right now on this live, but also before I came on, when I was just feeling deep sadness to the point I've been crying a lot, like to get rid of the energy. It's like this feeling of like, oh God, I don't want to use that phrase again because it's so overused, but yeah, the darkness before the dawn. It's like it's like there's something, I don't know, there's something that you can't see yet. Right. I'm not going to read reversed because we don't need that in our lives. I am strong, focused, and self-directed. I have the power to create wonderful new realities in my life. Yeah, I think that's the perfect place to end it. And look, it's at 2 hours. So remember, I was guided to put this t-shirt here, and it's not like I massively overthought it. I just grabbed it and I was like, oh. And the candle thing that you can't see says, and the t-shirt's going to fall when I do that though. Anyway, just trust me, the candle says love dwells here. And this t-shirt said, you've got this. So, oh, you were pulling Jesus and wearing blue. Yes, oh yes, exactly. Right. Well, sleep well whenever you go to sleep, and I'm going to go and watch Big Brother. But remember, Big Brother is always watching you. See you later. Please like the video because it makes a difference. Comment if you're watching it on the replay. Book a personal session because I've got loads of energy, as you can hear. And for those of you that are in the different time zones, like I said, time doesn't exist for me. So I probably could be doing some late night ones. I'd kind of stop doing that because I like going to bed early. But what else do I want to say? And that's it. Peace out, guys. I hope it helped whoever it needed to help. I feel better. So see you later.